Hello friends, welcome to a new botany lesson. Today we are going to learn about parts of a flower. We know that the flower is part of the shoot system of the plant and it is the reproductive part of the plant. The fruit and the seeds develop from the flower. So I have chosen a lily to dissect with you guys today. I chose this because of its size and I thought it was really appropriate to show all the parts and discover them together. So let's get started with our lesson. So we all just discussed that the flower is the part of the shoot system of the plant and it is the reproductive part of the plant. So this is a flower. And then we have the peduncle. The peduncle is the stalk that supports either a single flower or the entire inflorescence. So these are the peduncles. And then the peduncle develops into a pod that is called the receptacle. The receptacle is expanded at the tip of the peduncle or the pedicel, and the receptacle is where all the sepals, the petals, the stamens and the pistil is located. And then we have the calyx. The calyx is the outermost whorl of the flower. This is the calyx and it protects the flower bud till it develops, and usually the calyx is green in color. So I have the perfect flower for you guys to show you the calyx and the flower. And then we have the corolla, and the corolla is the second whorl of the specialized leaves of the flower, and they are often brightly colored and they attract the insects. And then we have the nectary that holds this, can you see? Let me show you. This yellowy, sticky, yellowy liquid that holds the nectar. So the nectar attracts the insects. It is the food for the insects. Can you see my fingertips, how yellow they are when I put my finger like that? So that is the nectary holds the nectar. And when we refer to the calyx and the corolla together, we can use the name perianth. Perianth is referred to as the term when we are referring to the corolla and the calyx of the flower together. And now let me show you the stamens. These are the stamens and these are the male reproductive part of the flower. Stamens. And then we have in the middle, this is the pistil, this part. And then can you see this part? The pistil also makes the female reproductive cells, the ovules, and the ovules are stored in this part. Can you see this thick part? That's where you will find the female cells of the flower. So this completes our lesson on parts of the flower, and I will just follow the same definitions I just described with the cards. So let's start our definitions with the cards. Flower. The flowers are a part of the shoot system of the plant. The flower is the reproductive part of the plant. The seed and fruit develop from the flower. Then we have the peduncle. The peduncle is the stalk that supports either a single flower or the entire inflorescence. The peduncle swells at its tip into a small pod called the receptacle. The receptacle is the expanded tip of the peduncle or the pedicel. The receptacle is where the sepals, the petals, the stamens and pistils are attached. Then we have the calyx. The calyx is the outermost whorl of specialized leaves of the flower. The calyx is the outer covering of the flower. The calyx encloses and protects the flower bud before the bud opens. It is usually green. Then we have the corolla. The corolla is the second whorl of the specialized leaves of the flower. The corolla is often brightly colored. The color of the corolla attracts insects to the flower. It is separated from the calyx by a small internode. Then we have our nectary that I showed you. The nectary is often located at the base of the corolla. The nectary contains a small amount of nectar. The nectar is used as food by the insects and other animals. Then we have the term perianth. The perianth is the name for both the calyx and the corolla of a single flower. The stamens. The stamens are the third whorl of the specialized leaves of the flower. The stamens are the male reproductive organs of the flower. The stamens produce pollen grains. The pistils. The pistils are the fourth whorl of the specialized leaves of the flower. The pistils are the female reproductive organs of the flower. The pistils produce the female cell's ovules. They are attached to the receptacle of the flower. So when I dissected the flower, I did this as a follow-up work. So look, I put my corolla, calyx, receptacle, peduncle, pistil, stamens, so all parts of the flower. I would like you guys to go for a nature walk, and either you may find it in your front or backyard, any flower to dissect. Otherwise, you may go for a nature walk with your parents and look for a flower that you maybe dissect and label in the same way. And then I would like you to record these definitions in your notebook and post your work on Seesaw. Thank you for watching, friends, and I will see you next week with a new fun lesson. Take care. Bye.